Dumb Money was directed by Craig Gillespie, who brought you I, Tonya and Cruella, two very fun movies in their own special ways. Here he is telling the insane true story of the GameStop stock just skyrocketing and Wall Street being put into a frenzy. And my god, do we have an insane cast to tell this story. So everyday people flip the script on Wall Street and get rich by turning GameStop into one of the world's hottest companies. This is true. This actually happened during the pandemic. And in the middle of it all is Keith Gill / Roaring Kitty, played here by Paul Dano. He's a regular guy / recreational YouTuber who starts it all by sinking his life savings into the stock. And when his social media posts start blowing up on his channel, on Reddit, on TikTok, and so forth, his life turns upside down, and the lives of everyone following him turn upside down as well. As one little tip on stock on one of his live streams becomes a whole movement, everyone gets wealthy. That is until the billionaires start fighting back and we have conflict. Now, we've had loads of movies come out in the past decade about stock market, and we see a certain vibe with these types of movies. You look at stuff like Wolf of Wall Street, The Big Short, there's lots of really upbeat music, drugs, sex. You know what I mean? Like, these types of movies have a certain vibe to them. And I think Dumb Money certainly fits into one of those categories. Yes, there is a lot of raunch in here. It is very funny. The scripts can be very witty. But I think at the center of it all, we've gotten a lot of historical true story type movies, like, all throughout our lives. But this one, for me personally, I think it's one of those movies that once my kids become of age, I can show them this movie, and then they could look at me and be like, Dad, what the hell actually happened here? And I'd be able to tell them exactly what happened because I saw what was going on. Like, we were all stuck at home watching the news. Like, I saw this craziness actually go down in real time. And you know what, guys? I think Craig Gillespie does a marvelous job recreating this. And for my money, Dumb Money just might be one of the best movies of the year. I don't know about the tippity top of the best, but I think this is one of my favorites. Not just because I can recount all of this history down the line when I show this movie to other people, but I think the rewatchability factor is certainly there. Dumb Money is a very entertaining movie by itself. I could certainly see this getting nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay because of the hilarity that ensues in here. The wit of this script is second to none this year. And I think this material can only be elevated by a rock-solid all-star cast, at the center of which is Paul Dano. Good on you, Paul Dano. You have been picking so many amazing projects recently. The Batman and the Fabelmans last year were both in my top 5. And Dumb Money just might be another one to add to his resume, man. Paul Dano, please do not overlook this guy. I think he's the most underrated actor working right now. And this performance, I think, is so different from anything else he's ever done. Because it's centered around people like yours truly, recreational YouTubers. And this seems like such a chill, humble guy that you want to hang out for hours on end with. And even though his advice might sound ridiculous upon first hearing it, because of his reasonings and his ability to talk you off of a ledge, like, you can very easily get behind this guy. And I can certainly understand why all these people were holding on their stocks and actually listening to him. Paul Dano, keep doing what you're doing. I really hope this guy gets nominated for Best Actor. He was magnificent in this film. As is the case with this entire all-star cast, there is not one weak link in Dumb Money. Pete Davidson plays Paul Dano's younger brother in this film, and this is a guy who was laid off during the pandemic. He makes all of his money basically door dashing and getting 2-star reviews. And yeah, even though there's a lot of Pete Davidson isms in this performance, I could argue that this is the best performance of Pete Davidson's career so far. Because yeah, he's not only hilarious, but him and Paul Dano have such a great emotional connection and great chemistry. And him and Paul Dano together, I think, have one of the most hilarious, like, post-credit sequences I think you'll ever get. Please make sure you stay past the historical text and the epilogue for this to actually get that scene, because it's glorious. Seth Rogen once again continuing to prove that he can do drama, playing one of these uptight billionaires. Nick Offerman plays another one of such, and he is so freaking good, and nobody is buying into his BS. Sebastian Stan in this freaking movie, man. Like, he is such a slime ball. And you cannot help but look at Sebastian Stan in this movie and just want to punch this dude in the face. Like, again, like, this entire cast and the way these characters are presented to you, you are rooting for the people that they want you to root for, and you're rooting against the people they want you to hate. And these cast members are certainly doing their job wonderfully. America Ferrera is having herself a fantastic summer after appearing in Barbie, and she gets a lot of very interesting character work to sink her teeth into. As does Anthony Ramos, who actually has a minimum wage job working behind a desk at a GameStop, which is basically the only thing open in this mall. Like, there's too many talented people in this movie to count. Like, everybody is so freaking good in this movie, and I think their performances combined with stellar direction from Craig Gillespie, a phenomenal score to boot as well. Some great musical choices in here to really help you get energized. And my God, the editing in this movie is absolutely pristine. Now, I was a little bit concerned in this first act. As I was watching it, I was seeing a little bit of music video isms shine through in this editing. But then as you dig deeper and you watch more of the movie, a lot of those editing choices start to make a lot more sense to me. And it turns into what I think may be one of the most breathtaking pieces of editing you'll see all year long. And I think Dumb Money overall is going to be one of the better movies you're going to see out of 2023. I think it's got great performances with characters that you can get behind and characters that you can hate. The writing in this movie is very good, and I certainly think the entertainment value of this film will make it as rewatchable as any other historical movie that we've been getting. I do have one thing to say about the writing, though, before I give you my grade. This, honestly, again, can sort of fall into the Big Short trap where it has a lot of that stock market lingo. And I think this is gonna suffer from the same problem that the Big Short had if a lot of people are watching this thing. Like, you're gonna get a lot of that raw cinematography similar to the Big Short, like you're actually there with these people. And yeah, there is a lot of complicated financial vocabulary in this thing. I am an idiot when it comes to the stock market. So there's part of me that really had to take my time to really figure out certain people's roles in this entire conflict. Like Seth Rogen, for example, I thought he was just a rich guy, and I was thinking, how is he affected by all this? So it takes a bit of time to honestly understand everybody's roles in this conflict. And some people might argue that there's not enough time to really get into the details of every single character, because you only have an hour and 40 minutes with this. This flies by. But I think regardless of how long it really takes you to understand certain impacts that some characters have in this issue, like the script nevertheless still does a great job of explaining a lot of these terms to a layman's audience and a casual viewing audience. And I found myself glued to the screen. Like this one, I was so freaking into this thing, guys. I highly recommend you guys go to your nearest movie theater and check out Dumb Money as soon as you can. I'm gonna give Dumb Money an A. I will certainly hold on that opinion because when you watch this movie, I guarantee you you're gonna want to invest your time in it. Let me know what you thought of Dumb Money down in the comments section below. What did you think of this when this was all going down? And also, feel free to let me know what your favorite Paul Dano performance is down in the comments. Loads of things we can discuss over here on the channel and then some. If you're new, what the heck are you waiting for? Y'all are invited to join the family. Subscribe right now and hit that thumbs up as well. Really helps continue to spread the love, and it really helps continue to grow this awesome community that we are over here. Y'all are the best. Stay tuned for more videos very soon in the world of cinema. I'm very excited to check out The Creator next week, Gareth Edwards' newest sci-fi epic. And it's going to be October before we know it, my friends, which can only mean one thing. The Halloween special is coming up, and I cannot wait to reveal what's on the list this year. All that and much more coming up, guys. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.